Everyone, it's Leanne DeSanto, and I'm in the park with Miss Shiloh, having a great day and just enjoying this beautiful weather. And today's lesson from Shiloh is about flexibility. Today, when we were throwing balls, she just wasn't kind of on it like she usually is, and she was taking her time and running around, and I was getting kind of frustrated with her, and I'm like, come on, we gotta go. And it just brought up this idea of flexibility. Like, am I being flexible with what's happening and how the day is flowing, instead of being so like task oriented and time bound. And so I wanted to ask you, when things don't go exactly the way you have planned, or that's tightly fits into the schedule, how do you react? Do you react in a patient way? Do you react in a frustrated way? Does it kind of throw you off your game for the whole day? What is it? I've been talking to friends a lot about this and clients lately, just this idea of, being so time bound and being so scheduled, and how do we adjust when things aren't always going to flow exactly the way we want them to flow? So this idea of just being more flexible and kind of this, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Haven't heard that quote for a while, but that kind of popped in my mind, because sometimes it is just small stuff, and we can just react in a way that's kind of dramatic, or takes us down a road that we just don't want to go, that's just not going to serve us and keep us moving forward for the day. And I also was thinking too about this idea of flexibility with the body. And when we're tight and rigid in our body, we often are tight and rigid in our schedule and in our thoughts and other just arenas of our life, because it's all connected. Our body is just a sounding board for the soul. So when you are tight and rigid within your body, you're going to feel that in other ways too. Not only just being uncomfortable, but you're going to see it kind of flow into other areas of your life. So making sure that you get some stretching, some flexibility work, some massages, some self-care, yoga, whatever it is for you, but making sure you're taking care of your body and keeping your body flexible, and also keeping your mind flexible. I think the most dangerous words that we can say is I already know that. When we approach a situation or read something, or we're listening to a speaker or whatever it may be, if we're like, I already know that. Your brain just shuts off. There's no learning that goes on after that. So I think it's important that we stay flexible. And even if we have heard something, maybe for me it takes 100 times. You just have to hear something, and all of a sudden you'll hear it from someone, and it will just click. So be open to that too. Be open to being flexible with your thoughts and your ideas. Because I do think it's important to recognize when, the more information you get, you may shift. Your thoughts may shift, your beliefs may shift. I know in the political arena, this is considered kind of flip-flopping, and it's not always good when ideas are shifted or changed. But I think it's a good thing. I think we can look at that as a good thing. When you get more information, you get more knowledge, you assess something differently, then maybe your ideas around it will shift, and that's okay. So being flexible when things don't always go the way you want them to do within your schedule, within your day, being flexible within your body, making sure that if you feel any tightness or any constriction, that you try to work on eliminating that, and to be flexible in your thoughts, in your thoughts around different ideas, around different things, because everything's a lesson, right? There is always learning that can happen, even with something that you think you already know and you've studied, or, just be open to hearing it maybe a different way. So that's my message today, flexibility. A lot of stuff around that, but I just wanted to share that. And Shiloh got me thinking about that today, and kind of was teaching me to be a little more flexible and lighten up a little and have some fun, and don't sweat the small stuff, and just enjoy the moment that I'm in. So I hope you have an awesome day and you enjoyed this message. Bye for now.